Hello. US Secretary of State John Kerry has delivered a furious defence of the Iran nuclear deal. Testifying before Congress, he said the rejection of the agreement would give Tehran a great big green light to swiftly accelerate its atomic ambitions. He and other cabinet officials are trying to convince sceptical politicians of the benefits of the deal signed last week, which is designed to rein in and monitor Iran's nuclear programme in return for sanctions relief. And in Iran itself, President Hassan Rouhani has rebuked hardline critics of the deal in his country, saying they should be congratulating Iran's negotiators for their achievements. Let's hear a little more now of what John Kerry has been saying in Congress.
Now, if the U.S. Congress moves to unilaterally reject what was agreed to in Vienna, the result will be the United States of America walking away from every one of the restrictions that we have achieved, and a great big green light for Iran to double the pace of its uranium enrichment, proceed full speed ahead with a heavy water reactor, install new and more efficient centrifuges, and do it all without the unprecedented inspection and transparency measures that we have secured. Everything that we have prevented will then start taking place, and all the voluntary rollbacks of their program will be undone.
All right, let's take you live now to Al Jazeera's Roslyn Jordan in Washington, D.C. for us. And Ros, what we were just hearing Kerry say was part of his initial address to Congress. But of course, he's facing some tough questioning later, isn't he?
He is facing tough questioning, Felicity, as is the Energy Secretary, Ernest Moniz, and the Treasury Secretary, Jack Lew. All three men are before the Senate Foreign Relations Committee trying to defend this deal, which was negotiated by the U.S., by the other members of the P5+1 and Iran to essentially curb Iran's nuclear program for the next 15 years. Even though there are some members of this panel that believe that the deal will work as described, as we just heard in that soundbite from Secretary Kerry, there are many more skeptical members of this Senate panel who don't believe that the deal will work, and that essentially the Obama administration has sold the country's security and credibility in exchange for some sort of pie in the sky of efforts at renewing ties with Iran. The administration officials are denying that they have done such a thing, but this hearing is going to be going on for quite a while as they try to see if they can hold on to those who support the framework of the JCPOA.
Obama, of course, on the day the deal was made, said he would veto any attempt to block the agreement, didn't he?
He did say that he would block it, and certainly there's already a talk here on Capitol Hill at looking at some way of drafting a piece of legislation at the end of this 60-day review period. We're on day 4 of this review period right now, which means that a bill could come up sometime in early September, where members in both the House and the Senate would vote on it and send a vote of disapproval to the White House. Now, if that happens, Felicity, the president, as you say, says he would veto it. Then the critical question comes, would members of Congress have the ability to reverse or override the president's veto? You need 2/3 of the members of both chambers of the U.S. Congress to do so, and historically it's been very difficult to get those people to mass together in such numbers to overturn a presidential veto. But anything is possible, and so what you have right now are members of the Obama administration arguing as strongly as they can, both in open session as what we see here, as well as in closed-door classified sessions, such as what was happening up here on Wednesday, spelling out in excruciating technical detail what's going to happen. One of the big questions, of course, is whether or not the U.S. could reimpose sanctions quickly if they find that the Iranians have violated terms of the deal. The administration says that the 24 days to reimpose those sanctions would be good, but there are some senators who don't believe them.
Ros, I know you will continue to monitor that hearing for us. For the moment, though, thank you.